So guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. Shane Mosley says that the fighter of the decade is Canelo Alvarez and not Floyd Mayweather. Like I said, everybody has their own opinion. In Mosley's opinion, the fact that Canelo's moved up from 154 to 160, 168, 175, he fights all the best fighters. That's the thing about Canelo. Canelo's a star in the sense that he doesn't pick and choose. He fights the best, and he's shown that consistently. And I feel like Canelo gets a lot of criticism as well. Yes, that failed PED test was obviously something that, is a question mark above his name. However, Canelo, there's no doubt he fights the best fighters back to back to back to back. And he's beaten most of the top fighters as well. Let's be real. He's beaten most of the top fighters. He beat... Actually, if you look at Canelo's resume throughout the decade, it's probably the best. I think it's probably the best. It's even better than Pacquiao's, if I'm totally honest. Who's Pacquiao got on his resume like a Golovkin? Nobody. There's nobody on Pacquiao's resume that's as good as good as Golovkin. And yeah, I just think Canelo's been so consistent and so good throughout the decade that Mosley's got a point. Mosley's got a very, very good point. That, Canelo definitely has a say. And actually, a lot of people would probably award it to Canelo Alvarez. Canelo's been exceptional. When you actually look down to the bare bones and you look at the wins that Canelo's had, I think Mosley, you can definitely say, even though I said Pacquiao, if Canelo was to get fighter of the decade, I wouldn't be disappointed. If it was Mayweather, like, for example, Mayweather, just because of the fact that I think Mayweather's only fought half the decade, I don't think he deserves it. With Canelo, I don't think you can say that, because Canelo's fought for all of the... he's been there for all of the decade, and not just that, he's had... his only loss came against Mayweather, and everybody else he's beat. So, for me, Canelo has a very good argument for being fighter of the decade, if I'm honest. Very good argument. Because like I said, his performances have been very consistent and very good throughout the decade. And he's only lost once. So I think for me, Canelo definitely has a shout. He definitely has a shout for being fighter of the decade. I do think Canelo gets a lot of stick unnecessarily. But yeah, I think Mosley's got a very good point. He's got a very, very good point that Canelo's moved up so many weight classes and done so well. Yeah, it still seems to me like fans want more and more and more. Like, he went up to 175 and beat Kovalev, and fans were like, oh yeah, well, he beat over the hill Kovalev. Like, moving up 2 weight classes and fighting an overhill guys, still making it out like it's easy. It's very difficult. Very, very difficult to do. Manny Pacquiao's not the fighter he was. He's past his best, right? If Lomachenko moves up to 147 and beats Manny Pacquiao, people would give Lomachenko a lot of credit, right? For beating him. So why don't we give Canelo credit for beating Kovalev, and then not just beating him, knocking him out, moving up 2 weight classes and ironing him out? That's not easy to do, especially when Kovalev was winning the fight. In most people's eyes, Kovalev was ahead, and Canelo pulled out a knockout. So, like I said, I think Canelo gets a lot of hate. He's an exceptional talent, exceptional fighter. He deserves a lot of respect. I think he's one of the best fighters in the world. But yeah, what do you guys make of Shane Mosley saying that Canelo deserves fighter of the decade? Leave your thoughts. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.